Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 2 of Trading Up to a Porsche, where I buy a cheap sports car for under $1,000, fix it up, resell it for a profit, and continue the process until we can buy that Porsche. I'm guessing we've got a bad fuel pump, and the first thing we need to do is get rid of all that fuel that's in the fuel tank, because otherwise when we go to change out our fuel pump, we're going to end up with a swimming pool of gas right here in the cabin. $10 later and a trip to the hardware store, we've got ourselves a siphon kit. Guess what? She sucks. Hey, look at that. That's exactly what we want. No gas, at least no gas shown. So hopefully we're not going to make a huge mess when we pull the fuel pump out. Let's get this fuel pump out of the car. Where's it located on a Z3? Well, it's behind this passenger seat. It's right back there in the firewall. The best thing for us is to get this seat out of the way. We need to get it out of the car anyway so we can clean it. Also, the carpets, they're disgusting. We're gonna have to clean them as well. I left the battery connected so I could move the seat forwards and backwards to gain access to the mounting bolts and nuts. The rear bolts can be removed with a 16mm socket and a ratchet wrench. I then moved the seat all the way to the back so I could reveal the two front mounting points of the seat rails, which are held securely in place by two 13mm nuts. Next, it's time to disconnect the battery before we disconnect the wiring underneath the seat. This will ensure that we don't damage any sensitive electronics. Let's see if we can get this seat out. After figuring out how to disconnect each and every one of the wiring connectors under the seat, we're finally free. Well, I thought so. I forgot to remove the seatbelt. All right, I think we're on to something here with the fuel pump. So our Z3, she's 30 years old right now. And I'll tell you what, I don't think the fuel pump's ever been replaced. And how do I know that? Well, BMW from the factory, they pre-cut this access hole to get to the pump, and they left it segmented, so you have to go with a knife or a razor blade and finish the job, cutting all those segmented areas in order to access the fuel pump. That's never been done, so I'm guessing it's probably never been replaced. There we go. The fuel pump's under there. Here, we're removing the 4 Phillips head screws that secure the access panel to the fuel pump. Now this connector, this slides up and then pull it back. So I'm just putting a pick right inside of these hose clamps. Loosen them up, if you will. They're going to be disposable. We're going to have to put different clamps on there anyway. I think we'll try to snip them. Maybe. That fuel pump retaining collar requires some persuasion that only a hammer can offer. Okay, that's out of the way. Once the fuel lines are out of the way, it's time to wrestle this dead fuel pump from its tune. There she goes. She's out. I've got mail. So, here's our fuel pump that we bought. That's what we've got. I didn't buy a $500 Bosch unit. I got the Amazon special. This one cost about 115 bucks. I hope it works. These things look exactly the same. This carpet piece keeps getting in my way. I'm sick of wrestling with it. There we go. Now I've got access. Installation of the fuel pump is, well, just the reverse of the removal. And after that, I'm going to cut the weather-checked ends off the fuel lines to ensure a proper seal.
Okay, this thing doesn't leak, will be in good shape. I don't think I want to go any tighter. I hope we don't get any fuel leaks. If we do, we're going to know where they're at.
Here I'm installing brand new fuel injection grade fuel hose clamps.
Next, our connector. That's in. Push this down to lock it. She's locked in place.
Fuel pump's in, but I'll tell you what, I would hate to put fuel in this thing and start it up without changing the fuel filter. And I don't want to crawl around in the gravel, so it's time to do the walk of shame. We're pushing it into the garage. The BMW Z3 is a pretty light car. It weighs less than 2,700 pounds. And I'm not a little guy, but I'm pushing this thing uphill and, well, I just don't quite have enough oomph. So, time to call in a friend. Hey, boss.
Hello.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
For coming and saving the day.
Yeah, I used to have a Toyota Corolla that I had to start myself once in a while.
It's funny. I had an old Triumph Spitfire when I was a kid. Little British car, roadster. As a teenager all the time, I'd push it and hop in it and pop the clutch. You're a stud, buddy.
That was easy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Now it's time to jack up our car and get it off the ground a little bit so we've got some more room to get underneath it and get that fuel filter replaced. The fuel filter shroud is held into place with 4 10mm nuts. Once the shroud's removed, the 2 fuel line hose clamps can be loosened with a 5mm socket or a driver. After that, all we have to do is remove the 10mm nut that secures the hinged fuel filter mounting bracket. And now, it's time to make a mess. Let's get that old fuel filter out. Gas. A little more gas. Let's get our other one plugged in. There we go. As for installing our new fuel filter, well, it's a lot like the fuel pump. We're just going to do the reversal of the removal process. Oh, I'm choking on gas fumes, of course. It's okay. I'm actually laying in it too. We're close. We're real close. I have no idea what BMW charges for this job, but I'll tell you, it's pretty easy. So far. I gotta clean this up. It holds a lot of gas. Hey, that's the job done. So, put some gas in this, and I think we're really close to seeing if this thing's gonna run. Let's do it. You probably remember from the last video me hooking a jump box up to the battery instead of the terminals under the hood, and that didn't go so well. I had no idea if I fried anything. We did replace some fuses, replace the DME relay, replace the fuel pump relay. And I'll tell you what, my ass might have been saved for the fact that the battery terminal cable and the connector were so corroded, I can't imagine much juice got back through the system. So,
I'm almost ready to go ahead and try to start this thing, and then I had an epiphany. Before I go cavalier, I should probably plug the passenger seat back in. If we don't get this plugged in, then I'm guessing we're probably going to throw an SRS light, might even hit the immobilizer. So before we put a battery and fuel to this, let's get this seat replaced. Now, I hate having to do this because we're going to have to pull it all apart again anyway when we clean everything. However, I don't think we have much of a choice. Once again, it's time to wrestle with all the connectors under the seat, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Okay, seat's in. I'm going to go ahead and put some fuel inside of it, hook up that battery, and I think it's time to try to test this thing. Let's see if she runs. Okay, I'm nervous. Let's see if we hear a fuel pump. This will tell us a lot. I think I hear something. Back to square one. So, let's check some fuses. The first thing I want to do is find out which one is the fuel pump. You can look right down here on this key and it says number 18. It's the fuel pump, which is on this bank. And that starts at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We have a fuse in there. Well, let's check it. Well, I'm not getting anything. That's a good sign. Hey guys, that's a dead fuse. And I've already checked these. So this wasn't dead before. When we put power to it, it must have blown the fuse. I'm really curious. I have a fuse. We'll check it and replace it. There's no way it could be that easy. But let's give it a shot. Okay, good fuse. Let's go in the box right now. See, now it doesn't want to work. I wonder if that blew it right away. Let's try to start it. Let's see what happens if we try to start it. Get the fuel pump. Here we go. You've got to be kidding me. A fuse, that's it. Now, like I said, I checked those fuses and I replaced any of them that were blown. So I'm curious if we're gonna have a problem right now. She's running. We gotta keep going. Whoa! Hey, listen to that baby purr. Our little BMW Z3, she's back on the road. She's running, she's driving. Do you hear that? You smell that? It smells like profit. It smells like we're getting closer to that Porsche. I can't thank you enough for watching the video in a series of trading up to a Porsche. And if you missed the first video, links in the description. In the next video, we're gonna be cleaning her up, giving her the proper lipstick that she deserves. But for now, if you would, please like, comment, and share. And above all, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Cheers.